and Dak Prescott has just turned down a 10-year, $1 billion deal to make him the highest paid quarterback until, of course, Taysom Hill signs his deal for $2 billion to make himself the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, that's how it's going to go. It's just the most recent quarterback to get paid is going to be the richest quarterback to get paid.
But maybe not, because it turns out that we had all kinds of reports. I think this is just Dak Prescott numbers season, because we had the report from Chris Sims that he turned down 5 years, $175 million that would have made him the highest paid quarterback. It turns out that's not true, according to other sources, that was not discussed, and we are still sitting in Dak Prescott purgatory. I've heard that Dak Prescott will take $40 million, nothing less than that, nothing less than 35. Like, it feels like maybe he's going to take a 4-year deal because he wants to wait till the renegotiation of TV rights. I don't know what the fuck is going on. All I know is that the fact that it's taken this long speaks to exactly like how the Cowboys feel about Dak Prescott. They like him, they want him, but he's not. Well, he's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Russell Wilson. They would have signed him.
It's also perfect for Jerry Jones to have the one NFL storyline that's going, that's carrying us through this offseason to be about a Cowboys quarterback, because Jerry is absolutely loving every single second of this. And you're right, when he gets paid, next up, Pat Mahomes. How much are you going to pay Pat Mahomes?
Pat Mahomes is a guaranteed whatever he wants, you just give him. That's the point, is Dak Prescott falls into that category, and it happens every single year in the NFL. You throw it in like the Matthew Stafford, the Kirk Cousins.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's, you just give him money. I'm talking about the guys that everything's got to be right around them. So you say to yourself, we have to sign him because he looks like a franchise quarterback, but we're going to hesitate a little bit, like, should we really sign him for this much? And eventually someone's going to say, no, actually, this guy isn't all the way, like, let's throw everything at him.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be Jerry Jones, because I think Jerry Jones, just like saying, I got me a quarterback. And when he can say that, then he feels good about the job that he's done. But I saw a report that says Dak wants a shorter deal. Cowboys want a longer one. I think
it's the negotiation for the TV rights.
Yeah, I honestly think that this is all being leaked from Jerry Jones' side. I haven't really seen anything that's been leaked that makes Dak look favorable in this situation.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like, hey, he's turned down how much? And again, I think Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback, but he is that guy who, if he were a Patrick Mahomes, if he were a Russell Wilson, if he were, Aaron Rodgers, Tom, like these guys, you're like, okay, it's a no-doubter. It would already have happened.
Right, I agree with that 100%. He's like a Jimmy Garoppolo type situation where you see a guy like that get paid, and you're like, do I want to pay somebody that's not like a top 3 quarterback in the league back-breaking money when you've got so much money committed to other guys?
Right.
So they just do like what they do at used car dealerships, where it's like last person with their hand on the star between Dak and Jerry gets the contract that they want. That's their arbitration.
I have a question for you, PFT. If let's say, so 100% of Dak Prescott, how much of that is Andy Dalton? Because that's the interesting part here.
You mean how far? If you were to put
Andy Dalton 80% of Dak Prescott?
If you were to put Andy Dalton inside Dak like a Russian nesting doll, how much would he fill up?
Correct.
He is at his peak. At Andy Dalton's peak powers right now, I would say he's probably 75, 70%.
He might be
good enough.
80 might be where I would put it, just because Andy Dalton is the type of guy that, with talent around him in the right situation, which the Cowboys have a ton of offensive talent, why not? They have a good running game. Andy's CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. Like, Andy Dalton is a fine player for that situation. The problem is now the Cowboys, if they wanted to go that route, they should have used the money they would have saved on not signing Dak in free agency and use it for other things.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, agreed. Just stocked up on Dalton.
But it does add
to Andy Dalton's.
Andy Dalton does add a little interesting dynamic where he isn't bad.
He's never been beaten up on spring break.
He's not good.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
Dak should have asked for IP.
Yeah.
Give me IP to call her Dacky.
Yeah, let me have the Cowboys star.
Yeah. If you give me the star, I'll sign this contract today.
Right now.
Schrodinger's Dak. I'm done with the puns.
That was a heat check.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the caller Dacky was great. Schrodinger's
close
Dak,
to the
not
sun.
so much. Yeah. It is really the only story. There's basically 3 stories going on right now in the NFL. It's that. It is Tom Brady's how he likes his center's ass sweat, which we'll get to with Ryan Jensen, and then every 3 days, someone declaring that Taysom Hill is the greatest quarterback in the world.
That's all we got. That's all we got right now. It's just it's declaring. It's like putting Taysom Hill on the same level as another superstar quarterback,
And then having everyone flip out.
There was one tweet that said Taysom Hill could be like a bigger version, or no, it came from Jay Glazer, I think, saying that Sean Payton views Taysom Hill as a bigger version of Lamar Jackson.
Right.
In the fact that he does a lot of things and is physically bigger. And then since we're fucking starved for any sort of thing to argue about, and we see that, and we're like, okay, this is the thing that we're going to get mad about online today. I would go out on a limb and say that I think Lamar Jackson might be better at playing most of the same positions that Taysom Hill plays.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we've seen Taysom Hill come into a game and be part of not a gimmick offense, but it's a different offense, and I still don't understand. I know everyone will say, well, Teddy Bridgewater is more like Drew Brees and Taysom Hill's like Drew Brees, and Jameis Winston is getting paid nothing. But if Taysom Hill was truly, truly a franchise quarterback, he would just be the backup.
Yes, he would. He would have started.
Or he would have started.
He would have at least started some games last year. Although there's something about Sean Payton, and I kind of like it. He's a little bit crazy. He's nuts. He likes to get his players paid. So
but he's paying them.
Yeah, but no, he got Teddy Bridgewater paid.
Right, but
so
he's paying Taysom Hill right now.
He loves to have the reputation of being a coach where he can bring somebody in and then you'll get paid in the future if you just do what he wants for like a year or two. Sean loves that. He did the same thing with John Kuhn, where he brought John Kuhn in and would like sign him and cut him every other week. And then he had like some sweet like relationship set up where he was like, in the future, if you just come and play with me for another year, you can do anything you want for the Saints. If it's being a coach, if it's doing the same type of thing where I cut you again and sign you again every week next year. Like, I know for a fact that Sean Payton loves just the reputation of players wanting to go to New Orleans to get paid in the future.
Yeah, I mean, they are paying him now the $21 million over 2 years, $16 million guaranteed. I don't doubt that Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill. I got to see it like consistently for a season before I say he's a franchise quarterback.
Right. Well, I've never seen Lamar Jackson be a personal punt protector. I've never seen him return a kick. So there are certain things that Taysom can do.
Troy Aikman's never said Lamar Jackson's the best player on the field for a playoff game.
That's true. Lamar Jackson is a Leatherman.
That they ended up losing.
Taysom Hill is a Swiss Army knife. He's got a few more tricks, but not quite as sharp.
It is interesting, too, because I could be convinced, like, Taysom Hill in that playoff game against the Vikings, he was electric. And, I mean, Drew Brees is going to just play forever. And I think they'll just let Drew Brees play forever.
The thing about Taysom Hill is there's a low expectations bar for him when he gets in. And so when he throws a good downfield pass, and I think he threw a total of like 5 passes past 5 or 10 yards last year. Mm-hmm. When he throws one deep and it actually connects, it's a holy shit moment.
Right.
Everyone gets excited by it.
Right.
It's like a pass that you would expect a great quarterback to
Just
make.
run the Wildcat with Taysom Hill.
Do it.
All right, so that's pretty much the news. The only other news I saw was Jim Harbaugh is trying to save football, which we all expected, but he said he absolutely has no problem playing with no fans because he's like, what's the alternative? No football?
Yeah, he probably actually liked playing football with no fans even more.
Yeah, so he's strongly in the camp of let's just play, doesn't matter how, and I have to agree with that. Let's just play. Doesn't matter how. Mm-hmm. So Jim Harbaugh at the forefront, thank you for your service, coach.
Just roll the ball out there. It doesn't matter if there are fans in the stands. It doesn't matter if the games are televised. If there's a football game going on, Jim Harbaugh will be there to coach it.
Absolutely.
And probably put himself in at quarterback if he needs to.
Absolutely.